Hey Aquarius, so we're gonna get into your fashion sense, your aesthetics, and we're really gonna see if the way you dress really matches with your zodiac sign. Into it, I will give the disclaimer that this video really resonates with you if you have Aquarius Sun, of course, but also if you have Aquarius, Venus, Mars, Moon, or Rising. And in fact, the examples I will show you guys is people with prominent Aquarius energy in their chart, not just their sun sign. So I suggest watching this fashion aesthetic series on my channel for your Venus and Mars sign as well, because I found that Venus and Mars played almost a bigger part in someone's personal style than just their sun sign. With that being said, let's just get into it. Now, before we do, comment down below and tell me if you can describe your personal style in 3 words. What 3 words you use to describe it? And keep those 3 words in mind, because at the end we're gonna see if your description matches my description and if there's any really major patterns between the two. So Aquarius, the title that I gave your aesthetic is Dare to be Different. So of course that name is very on brand with Aquarius and what you guys are known for, but let's really unpack and break down the trends that you guys wear, the clothes you guys wear, the colors, and just like the overall theme I saw with Aquarius placement celebrities, influencers, and people in the fashion world. So when it comes to the overall themes of the Aquarius aesthetic and fashion sense, I was kind of surprised at first, just because I feel like the Aquarius stereotype is that you guys are very unique and different and off the wall. However, I found with Aquarius women, their style didn't really match up with that stereotype. And let's see why and how this is. So I noticed the major consistent theme with Aquarius women and how they dress is that the way they dress tends to be very androgynous. It's almost like it's not very masculine, but it's not very feminine either. It's not like they're wearing very girly, tight-fitting clothes, and they're not wearing like super oversized, baggy clothes either. I noticed that your clothes tend to be very structured and very sensible. And as you guys can see in the pictures, a major thing a lot of you guys wear, at least the celebrities I looked at, is this wide leg like pant. I guess it's just called a wide leg pant, but almost every Aquarius girl I looked at had a pair of those pants or had a photo of them wearing those pants. And so I noticed a lot of Aquarius were wearing those wide leg, straight leg, flare pants, bell bottom pants. I almost couldn't find Aquarius wearing very tight clothes at all, or tight jeans. That was one thing I really didn't see, is Aquarius wearing tight fitting jeans. And as you guys can see in the pictures, there's a preference towards wide leg jeans or flare jeans. Another theme I saw, like I said, is this sense of sensibility. I feel like you wear outfits that kind of make sense for your daily life. I feel like that's why the aesthetic doesn't really match up with that Aquarius stereotype of being very rule breaking or rebellious. Obviously you can be those things, but I feel like that doesn't translate the same in the way you dress. I actually feel like the way you dress is more sensible than it is like rule breaking. And so another major theme I saw with the trends that you guys wear is that you wear kind of like contrasting colors. If you're not just wearing black or white, which I did see a lot of, like just wearing black, I did see a lot of Aquarius wearing like these jarringly like bright colors, like bold colors. Not necessarily like obnoxious colors though. And you guys can see in the pictures that I'm talking about is like, you can see Solange wearing like this bright blue top with brown bottoms, and then you could see Emma Roberts wearing like these red jeans and like leopard hat. So I did see you guys wearing kind of a lot of patterns mixed together or bold colors mixed together, and you guys pull it off very well somehow. I feel like on a lot of other people it might look a bit tacky or not well put together, but somehow you pull off a lot of contrasting colors or contrasting textures in one outfit. And a trend I definitely feel like Aquarius participate in is this very angular, very oversized look. And we talked about that in the beginning, where it's not like you're wearing, you know, this skin tight spandex kind of thing. I feel like you're wearing more so clothing that is sensible, that actually fits you, that is a bit oversized if anything, but at the same time it's not overly masculine. I feel like it's somewhat feminine at the same time and really falls into that androgyny category really well. And so let's talk about trend setting really quickly. What we're gonna do is I want to talk about trend setting a lot with you guys because we all know that's like the hot topic with Aquarius. And then I really want to touch on Aquarius men too. Now, I didn't really talk about men's style in this series at all, but I really noticed this apparent theme with Aquarius men fashion, so I really want to tell you guys what that is. But let's talk about this trend setting vibe really quickly. So I noticed with Aquarius, you guys didn't wear like trendy clothing at all. It's not like you're wearing things from Fashion Nova. I noticed a lot of Aquarius kind of do their own thing when it comes to clothing, and I really didn't see them wearing things that just seem popular at the moment. And I feel like in that sense, you're kind of trend setting. I feel like you guys will like, you'll wear something and people will follow it, but you'll never just follow a trend blindly. And so two really good examples of trend setting I saw by Aquarius is, number one is Paris Hilton. Now, Paris Hilton does have Aquarius Sun and Venus. And the interesting thing I saw with this whole trend setting vibe, especially with Paris Hilton, is that she was known for wearing like this 2000s kind of aesthetic, but specifically she's really known for wearing that chainmail dress. As you guys can see, that is a look that has become almost iconic in a way. I feel like Aquarius are the type to set an iconic trend, and I'll talk about the second example I have, which is really shocking. But with this first example with Paris Hilton, of course she has the chainmail dress. I think she started like the Juicy Couture thing, and she's really known for being the kind of tastemaker for Kim Kardashian, or kind of, I guess, inspiration for Kim Kardashian's whole brand. So we can think about it that way. And I feel like they set trends very subtly. It's not like they come out and they're like, okay, this is the new trend, guys. I feel like you just wear things and people just happen to copy it. And another thing too is like, I feel like Aquarius will wear something years before it's popular, like 2 years before it's popular, 3 years before it's popular, and then people will copy it. And I feel like that might happen more often with like regular Aquarius. So tell me down below if that's happened to you, where you've like worn something and maybe people even like laughed at you or made fun of what you were wearing, but then 2 years later, 3 years later, maybe even like a few months later, they were wearing the same exact thing. And we could see that especially with Paris Hilton, with the chainmail dress, the Juicy Couture sweatsuits. That whole 2000s aesthetic is really, you know, we can look at Paris Hilton for that. And I feel like a lot of her pictures are still circulating on like Tumblr blogs, grunge blogs. That iconic chainmail look we all know about so well. Okay, so the second example for this whole trend setting thing is Britney Spears. Now, Britney Spears has a Aquarius moon, I believe, and the most iconic thing that she wore, and the iconic outfit that we all know about, is that denim outfit she wore with Justin Timberlake. And get this, Justin Timberlake, when I looked it up, actually has Aquarius sun. So Britney's an Aquarius moon and then Justin's an Aquarius sun, and they both wore that all denim outfit, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll put a picture on the screen, but in that outfit, it's almost become iconic. Like I said, it's like Aquarius wear these things and then it somehow becomes very iconic almost years later. I would say the turnaround time with people copying Aquarius is kind of long. It's not like people copy you like in the same day or in the same week. I feel like it's like years ahead of its time. So we can see that with the Britney and Justin example, as well as the Paris Hilton example. And it's almost like so iconic that it becomes like Halloween costumes, it becomes blogs, you know, it becomes almost bigger than itself, and it all started with just one outfit. Okay, so let's talk about the guys really quickly, and then we're going to talk about your starter pack or the uniform for Aquarius. So what I noticed with guys, and like I said, I didn't really include guys in this whole series because I'll probably do it separately, but what I noticed with Aquarius men, I'll put some pictures on the screen, they tend to dress very androgynously. I feel like the mascot for this is like Harry Styles, and I think I put on the screen someone from BTS. I think his name is J-Hope. I think, yeah. So, but basically, as you guys can see in the pictures, they dress in this like almost very funky way. Now with Aquarius women, I noticed this almost like business casual, very plain, boxy way of dressing. But I noticed the men dressed way more outlandishly, way more on par with like that Aquarius stereotype of being unique and rebel. and a rebel and like rule breaking and stuff. And yeah, I really found that male Aquarius kind of mix those textures and patterns and kind of dress way more outrageously on a regular basis than the women. But the thing that they did have in common though is that you guys both dress very androgynously. So with the men, obviously they wear kind of masculine clothes, but even with Harry Styles, who's a good example, he'll wear like pink and like flared pants, and really he has almost this feminine touch to his wardrobe and style, but it's not too feminine. It's almost like that balance between masculine and feminine, which is pretty much androgyny. So I do think androgyny is the common theme with both Aquarius men and women. However, the biggest difference is that I feel like Aquarius men are more likely to dress in an outrageous or kind of rebel, rule-breaking sort of way with more textures, patterns, especially in one outfit. I definitely feel like the Aquarius men would wear like 10 different prints in one outfit, whereas the Aquarius women didn't really tend to do that. And I did notice, however, I will touch on the streetwear aspect of this. I noticed Aquarius women who wore streetwear more so would dress more outrageously. So I'll put some pictures on the screen, but I noticed just with like the everyday regular Aquarius girl, she was wearing more sensible, more color blocking type of clothing. It wasn't like she was dressing as outrageously or as what's the word for it, like flamboyantly as Aquarius men. But if she did dress that way, she was more into the streetwear side of things with like jeans, sweats, sneakers, things like that. So let's talk about the starter pack for Aquarius and what every Aquarius has in their wardrobe. So of course this doesn't apply to everyone, but I feel like something you definitely have in your wardrobe as an Aquarius is wide leg pants. I felt like almost overwhelmingly that was a trend I saw with a lot of Aquarius men and women, of wearing these wide leg kind of bigger pants that were kind of angular. I didn't really see you guys wearing like very tight clothes or tight jeans at all. So wide leg pants might be in your wardrobe. Also, another thing I noticed was dark sunglasses. And as you guys saw in the pictures before, and I'll put some pictures now, a lot of Aquarius were wearing like these dark shades. I feel like it has to do with like Scorpio influence, because a lot of, I feel like Aquarius have Scorpio in their chart. But yeah, a lot of you guys were wearing like these shades. I feel like that was a huge trend I saw. And then definitely another part of your starter pack is something really bright. Now, I will say that you don't wear bright colors on a regular basis, but oftentimes you will have those one or two outfits that are very like contrasting in colors. Like you might wear a really bright red with a bright yellow, and like Solange was earlier, wearing like a bright orange or bright brown, and bright blue with brown or anything like that. I noticed that you guys at least have one outfit that has contrasting colors. And even with the men, I noticed contrasting textures as well. So I definitely feel like that's in your starter pack or in your uniform, and something you can find in a lot of Aquarius's wardrobe. So let me know down below if you resonate with this description of your fashion sense and your style, and if it matches the 3 words you said earlier. And then also message me on Instagram at AstroKit, because I want to see some like real life examples of this Aquarius aesthetic. So if you feel like this video really resonated with you, message me on Instagram, because I'm going to post some of my subscriber examples. So if you want to be included, just send me a message. Also, make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss my next video, and I'll see you Aquarius in my next one.